Hey everyone, Nerfs just got announced. They're going down today. Big Nerfs. They're a big deal. The meta is going to change completely. These are some of these were minor, and some of these are just completely deck destroying. So big nerfs, and on top of it, big buffs. Pretty exciting stuff. But first, let's talk about the big one. The guy on the front, Drekthar. If this costs more than every minion in your deck, summon one of those minions. This is a garbage card now. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of sad to see. I think Drekthar got so much hate that sometimes what they do is they just nuke a card to the ground and delete it. This card is deleted. It has no value. It went from a cool card, in my opinion, but very strong. But people don't like these power spikes where they're very game defining. The draw one card, win the game. If you made this to a 3/3, the reality is it would still be strong. It would be weaker, and it would still be meta defining. So they kind of just wanted to make it deleted. So you're wondering if you did buy the diamond. I think Ixar announced that you will be getting 3,000 gold into your account, and you'll still get the Drekthar. I believe you still keep the diamond Drekthar. So if you still like the diamond Drekthar, that's a win. If you don't like the 3,000, because it's a loss, I'd say, but a small loss. So a good solution on that, I'd say. But yeah, Drekthar is done for. So yeah, it's a big deal, and it's going to the game is going to change completely. It's a huge deal. I'm just going to keep emphasizing that. So anyways, what will Demon Hunter do without Drekthar? Probably go to back some Jace version. I think Demon Hunter will be still strong as a class, but really depends on the meta. Depends on what happens. So if Warrior's still everywhere, but the reality is this opens up a lot of greedier strategies. Things like a rogue can come out, things a lot of things basically that are good against warrior are likely to be stronger. Next we got multi-strike from 1 to 2 costs. I think this is the one nerf I like. This card's insanely strong. This card will continue to be strong, but now it's not as efficient. You're not going the 2-mana guy coin multi-strike getting 5/4/1/1s. It's much more timed. It's still a very strong card, but it doesn't have that. Doesn't have that raw efficiency. Still very strong, and I think I prefer this to 1-mana deal 1 damage. I like that too. So next one we got Dragonbane Shot. Deal 2 damage, honorable kill. Add a Dragonbane Shot to your hand. I was surprised on this one. I was surprised. Sometimes it's a thing of they want to delete decks. So Quest Hunter already took a massive hit with the Drekthar. It might have had to go back to a multicaster build. This is deleting Quest Hunter. This card's really core to the Quest Hunter experience. Because this isn't just like a 1-mana nerf. This is like a 4-mana nerf because you're supposed to get multiple ones. So it's so bad. It's such a worthless card. So Quest Hunter's dead, which a lot of people are going to be happy about. So people love seeing dead decks. But I know quests are unpopular, but it's like I was very surprised on this one. I did not expect this one. This card is dead. Quest Hunter is dead. It's just not going to be. This is one of the very strongest cards, but I think people don't like the infinite value of it. So yeah, dead card. Next, so we got buffs. So we got Zilliag the Abyss. Add the end of your turn and deal 2 damage during your turn, increases stalks. I like this change. The old version was it was such a garbage card. Now it actually can do some damage. It can do some, you play this on an empty board, it's an 8-mana damage. That's really good. So I'm not exactly sure the power level of this. It still might be garbage, but it's definitely not the garbage it was before. Now it's like some garbage that you can make some artwork out of, if you ever go to those things, they make a collage or something. So at least it's some high quality garbage. So I really like this buff. Next one we got, after hero attacks Dredge, if it's a beast, reduce its cost by 3. So I was surprised on this one as well. This is really strong because this card was already seeing play and good enough, but people were running it almost just for the dredge effect. So now if it hits a beast, it's a huge mana reduction. So that's a big deal. So I think it's cool that they're trying to make Big Beast Hunter playable. I like these big things. I think it's a good buff. So it's not going to necessarily be that useful just in the auto include. And then next, finally, we got Pet Collector. That we got summon a beast from your deck that costs 5 or less. So if you remember my day one face hunter that I got from Digo in our theory crowd competition, we ran Pet Collector, ran this, and ran the Shellfish. That deck could come back. And it actually would make sense to come back. So it's a thing of this Pet Collector card is so much like the 1/1 stats matter a lot, and the reduces cost by 3 matters. So this kind of stuff is going to be a lot better. And in addition, the Saber got additional attack, so as well as the upgraded one. So that this is the kind of dredge card that pulls out another big beast. So these buffs matter. So if you were to get a greedy kind of clunky meta, this could be a legit meta contender. So that's a big deal. And finally, we got this Blackwater Behemoth going to 7 mana. I like this. It's actually looks really strong now. At 7 mana, it's a way more playable. Yeah, it might be really strong. I still don't see it sees play, but in the right meta and the right incentives, it could be really good. And Whirlpool down to 8. Yeah, 9 just too expensive. I agree with this. Yeah, it's it wasn't like Plague of Death where it's silenced. So you could still have death rattles before. So lowering it to 8 definitely seems like it makes sense. It just looks way too weak. And Shadowcloth Needle going down to 1 mana. So now you could do more shadow stuff. You could play this on 1 and then ping on 2. That makes a big difference. So maybe some sort of control Shadow Priest. And Serpent Wig going from +1/1 to +1/+2. I like this change. Card was garbage at +1/+1. Like the payoff for playing all these Nagas and having this worthless card was so bad. So it's a nice change, especially because people like this artwork. It's cool to see that. Tooth and Nefarian, deal 3 damage, honorable kill, discover a spell from another class. This is very along this card was really, really bad. Now it's on sort of par with Frostbite, the Shaman card. It's a very similar power level now. That makes sense to me. The card was too weak. So it looks like they unnerfed also SI7 Smuggler. It's interesting. So they unnerfed a lot of rogue cards that got nerfed. This is, you can see, SI7 Smuggler and Wild Paul Null fully unnerfed. And I think the logic of this is a lot of these rogue decks were really carried by Secret Passage, especially Wild Paul Null. So we'll see. It'll be interesting if Wild Paul Null becomes Rogan again, and it will be what were the devs thinking. But I don't think it will. I would have liked it to go down to a 5 mana 3/5 personally. Get the cost reduction, but the 4/5 is still going to be really, really strong. So we'll see. We'll see if it's enough to carry. If all the people are to start running the 3/2 again, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a rogue might be back on the menu, but remember, without Secret Passage, it still doesn't have this insane draw engine. So you're not going to have these easy ways to get this discounted. And you can't go Secret Passage, dump 2 Wild Paul Nulls the way you could before. So yeah, and test down to 7 mana. This seems like a good change. People love this card. We'll see. It's interesting. The big power spike right now is 8 is too slow. So a lot of these cards going to 7 mana seems like, when you're especially developing a threat, seem like a good change, because if you're not at 6, it's just too weak. It's too slow. Henchling Burglar next to a 4 mana 4/4. This card is sort of weak, just understated in the current Hearthstone world. It used to be really strong. That's so interesting. So all these changes combined, Rogue got a lot of stuff here. So there are gonna be a lot of new Rogue things. And next we've got all the curses for Warlock got buffed. So you got Shaker's Cultist is a 3-mana 3/4, Drag Below down to 3 mana, and even these Murlocs. This is interesting. The Murloc cards for Warlock, this went down to 2 mana. So this was a 3-mana 3/4. Now it's a 2-mana 2/3. So less stats, but a lot easier to get down. And this is, I think, a big deal. This going down to a 3-mana 3/4 means you could do some real shenanigans with that. Play this on 3, play Broken Card on 4. So we'll see if Warlock comes back, but I think these curses will have to be tested. Like, this is much more efficient now. That you don't have to play these understated cards. Like, this is just a reasonable card now. Deal 4 damage, has seen play with no curse effect. The 3 mana, I forgot the name of the card. So these buffs and nerfs are huge. I think that's this. A lot of the powerful metal contenders are this, but the big winner I'm seeing right now is aggro looks way worse. So Ramp Druid's gonna be back. If you're a Ramp Druid fan like me, you're happy about that. But I'm sure the Guff hate will come back, despite the fact that Guff is a good guy, and is just a good guy. People shouldn't hate Guff, but haters gonna hate, right? So, anyways, but yeah, so a lot of changes, a lot of deck building opportunities, a lot of ways to shake up the meta, a lot of cards that are now like, oh, this card matters now. Like, this card could change things. And it's really interesting. So I'm looking forward to playing a whole bunch this weekend. So make sure to tune into the stream. It looks really exciting. But yeah, really big buffs. So and really big nerfs. So should be exciting. So go out and play. If you want to know what the best deck is, it's obviously Rush Warrior. But like I said, I just put out a video on Ramp Druid. I expect Ramp Druid to be a very strong contender without the Demon Hunter pressure coming down. You'll have to have suboptimal face decks, and so I expect Druid to be very strong. So anyways, hope you guys like that, and I'll see you on the stream.